Hello guys, Absolute Doors here coming at you with another One Piece video, and in today's One Piece video I have for you my top 32 London deck profile of Don Quixote Doflamingo. I went to the London Regionals this weekend, did very well, getting all the way to top 32, only losing out in the top 32 placement because of time and, well, a bit of bad luck. And honestly, I had a great time throughout the whole event. It was a lot of fun. I had static seating because of, well, as you guys know, I've been sick for quite some time. And, well, I was sitting still, just making sure that I could play the game, not move about, and be healthy. But the judges were all very, very nice. Everyone was really fun to play against. Like, every game was a banger. And, well, as you know, we got to top 32 and had a blast doing it. All the rounds that I played were great. We played a lot of diversity of decks as well, where we played round 1 Zoro, round 2 Pluffy, round 3 Smoker, round 4 Bonnie. Lost that one because I couldn't get to a Lord to go ahead and bounce a Tashigi, and then Red Rocker Zoro away, but is what it is for that one. We won against Lim, we won against another Bonnie, which was great. We won against an RP Luffy, won against Shanks, we won against Blackbeard, and we lost to a Lucci in the last round, round 10, because I didn't actually know anything about Lucci in this format, which was a bit unfortunate overall because, well, I didn't do any testing against Lucci. I didn't know what Lucci was doing, and generally seeing it was a bit of a surprise. And then in top 32, as I said, we played against Shanks, and, well, game 1 smacked him. Game 2 literally came down to the wire where I needed my last life to be a 1k counter, and it wasn't, so I lost game 2. And then game 3, turns were called. I didn't have last turn, they had last turn, and, well, he got me down to 1 life. I had like 4 characters on board with my leader, and I had less cards in deck, so I lost. If I had 1 more turn or even 2 more turns, like, well, actually no, it was only really needed 1 more turn because I could have taken away the life and then gone for game there, I would have won. But hey, we could have been in top 16 if it weren't for time, but hey, it is what it is. I think the deck performed very, very well regardless. I didn't make any misplays. I didn't make any mistakes realistically in the games that I played. And I feel like I had a very, very good time overall with this deck. And we won some very nice goodies, being this lovely Nami here, a finalist pack, a lovely gold Dawn, some cool sleeves, and some free event packs that we're going to be opening later on in some shorts, guys, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, enough tattle talking, all of that. Let's go ahead and show you guys the list so you can see what I played at the London Regional. So let's go ahead and put Doflamingo to the side and show you what we played. So for 1-drops, we were playing Free Perona, just a very good card, but she could be better because she's not searchable. Stacks your deck, make sure you have the right order that you want, and she's generally the best on turn 1, which is very, very nice. Next, we played 4 Sengoku, hand refilling, making you have a body to swing with. He's just very good, and he's another card that we're going to keep bouncing, getting more advantage of throughout the game. 4 Buggy, 2k counter, and a slightly worse Perona, but because he's got that 2k counter status, we do play him up 4, which is just a lot better. 3 Teach, he's best going first. If you go second, you don't really play him too much, but outside of that, he is a very strong card. Going first, he lets you, on your turn 1, play a card from your hand, from your top of your deck, like a Weevil, to draw a card. Turn 3, you get to go ahead and play a 4-cost, and then also go ahead and use him to play one from hand, of course, and then get more advantage. And then on 7, Don, where you go ahead and have him on the board, you can go ahead and use Red Rock and other cards like that, which is very, very good in the early game if you are going first. So he is a very, very strong card, but there's a lot of ways to stack him to the top, a lot of ways to search him, so we only play 3. Going on to the 4 costs in the deck, we're playing the best 4 cost in my opinion, which is Boa Hancock, 6k character that we do swing with a lot. I do play this deck very aggressively in the current format, where also stacks your deck, puts a Don on your leader, and if you're going second, which is the best card to see going second, you go ahead and play her on your 4 Don turn, put 1 on your leader, and you get to stack your deck, make sure you can go ahead and get 2 bodies on your 6 Don turn, which is very, very good. Next, we play Weevil. Weevil's just generally a very good card. He lets you draw a card, gives you advantage, and when you're stacking your deck and knowing what you're drawing, you could get potentially a 2k counter, a removal card. You could get a lot of different things, which is just generally very, very good. So he is a very, very strong card in the deck. Next, we play for Trafalgar Law. Very good card overall. He doesn't see a lot of good against stuff like Bonnie and against Pluffy, but against a lot of other decks, he is very, very strong, and he's still useful in those matchups because you can go ahead and bounce your Sengokus and your Peronas back to hand, giving you them to reuse, giving you them for counter, just giving you them for anything realistically, which is very, very good. Next, we also play free Gecko Moria. Recycling stuff from your trash is very good at times, and him in the late game is absolutely insane. Being able to recycle your Boa Hancocks, being able to recycle your Laws to go ahead and bounce stuff, it's just very, very good overall, so we play 3 of him. And then following him, we also play 3 more Gecko Morias. We play the 4 cost 6k one, the vanilla. The logic behind this, for those who don't know, is essentially I wanted to play this to go ahead and defeat Shanks. Shanks is by far the best deck in the format in my personal opinion, and keep having 6k bodies on the board to guarantee that no matter what you're going to be able to hit your opponent is absolutely insane. You keep whittling their resources, their leader ability essentially means nothing, and you just keep going in, and this helps facilitate that being a 6k body that you can play off the top of your deck for free and then just swing, and against everything else he's a 6k body. They're going to be having to waste 2k counters, and if they want to kill it, they're going to have to put the Dawn to go ahead and try and get rid of it. Like, it's just a very, very good card overall in that kind of sense, and I really do like it and think he is very strong in the Doflamingo deck. And then the rest of the 4 costs are just 2k counters, where we play Crocodile and also Mihawk. The Crocodile can come up at times where you go ahead and utilize him to go ahead and bounce back like a Perona or a Sengoku, but 9 times out of 10 he is just going to be a 2k counter that's on your board, so you play 4 of him for that. That's all the relevant 7 Warlords 4 costs, and then for little tech ones, we obviously play some Puddings as well. She wasn't too good during the event, but when she came up, she was very good, where there was times with like a Shanks player went ahead and played her where they had 8 cards in hand, removed 3 of them, put them in a bad position. Against one of the 2 Bonnie players I played against, it came up there as well, took him down from 7 to 5, and also reshuffled his hand, taking cards out of his hand that he didn't want to lose, which was very, very good. And also against a Pluffy player who was on 7, and they needed to have a Big Mum, but they didn't have the Big Mum because I went ahead and shuffled it back into the deck, and they weren't able to draw another one. So the card was very, very strong throughout the event, but it's not the most important. That's why I'm playing at 2 now instead of when I was originally playing at 3. And then the last characters we're playing in the deck is free Jozu. You have to play Jozu in this deck just for a couple of reasons. It's good for the earlier game against Shanks when they're in their mid-game round, where they're going ahead and playing either a 5-cost Luffy or a Yasop. It's good against the Bonnie matchups where they go ahead and play Cavendish or Carrot, so you're getting to remove those like that and having them waste more Don to go ahead and get that advantage from them. And it's good against Shanks because, well, you can go ahead and swing 7 with it as well, so it's got that additional thing against Shanks as well. So you want to be playing him in the deck. I like him at 3 because I don't think he really realistically need more than 3. Like, he doesn't deal with the bigger characters, he deals with the 6 costs. We're in a format where I have 4 lore anyway, so the lower costing characters are very easy to control anyway, so I feel like 3 right now is actually very, very good in this number. And then for events, I'm playing 2 Perfume Femeur. This card is absolutely insane, like one of the best cards in the deck. Generally, guys, when you're going into the late game against like a Blackbeard player or a Pluffy player, or even someone like a Bonnie player, this card can be absolutely insane just for the fact that it lets you get through those pesky blockers, it lets you get through to the last life, like it just lets you hit them dead, and Perfume is just absolutely insane for that. And 2, I think, is kind of a mandatory requirement in this deck, because if one's stuck in life, then you've got another one in the deck, and obviously you're more likely to see it for the late game if you do play 2. And seeing as we can search it with Sengoku or stack it with Perona / Buggy / Boa, there's a lot of reasons why this card is very, very good at 2 in the deck, and I really do like it. And if you do see it in life as well, then you can always trigger it to draw a card, which is kind of decent as well. So I think 2 Perfume is just very, very strong, and it did come up quite a lot in the tournament. And then the last card is free Gum Gum Red Rock. Like, Red Rock is just absolutely insane. This card is great against Shanks and great against Blackbeard and great against anything else realistic that plays big characters. Being able to remove a 10-cost Shanks, letting your board instantly increase from 1 decrease to now back to original, so you've got the 6s, you've got the 5s back, you've got everything back, is absolutely insane. Being able to get rid of the blocker Blackbeard to go ahead and swing big with your leader to maybe take out that last life so that they can't, you know, protect themselves the next turn, and then you have the Perfumer to go ahead and get through that, is very, very strong. And being able to get rid of big characters in like Pluffy, or even smaller characters in like Bonnie, can be very, very good at times, where you have the Don, you have the ability to remove it, you're not going to need it later. Like, it's just very, very strong. And even in the Lucci matchup, where I didn't really know too much about how Lucci actually was playing in this current format. It came up against a Jack, so it was pretty useful in its own right against that too. So it was really good overall, and I really do think this card is a big shout and really good overall if you're going into these Shanks and these Blackbeard matchups. So yeah, but guys, that is the deck list. Honestly, I'm very happy with how this list performed. It was very good throughout the entire tournament. I'm very happy with how Doflamingo is this format. I do think it is definitely the third best deck in the format, as I said on my top decks video. Like, generally this deck is absolutely insane. It's very powerful, very strong, and hey, top 32 in the actual tournament, and knowing I could have gotten to top 16 if I just had a bit more time to be able to go ahead and get rid of that last life or the last 2 hits, which I could have definitely done. Well, I'm certain of it. But hey, that's just me complaining about not having that little extra time. That is how it is sometimes. I accept it. But nonetheless, we won some pretty good stuff, had a very great tournament, and wee bit salty, but who isn't when they lose to stuff like that, right? Time on the round is what it is. At least it's not instant cutout, well, end of phase like it is in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? But hey, guys, I hope you did enjoy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, stream, or anything. Please follow me on all my social media stuff, Instagram, Twitch, everything like that, TikTok. I do put things on there as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Absolute Duelist signing out. Later all.